Back again. Sitting here trying to get this, trying to get some stuff worked out. Maybe some stuff some guys might be interested in. This is, as you can see, I've already taken this apart, but it's probably gonna be backwards unless I can figure out how to do it. Wilson 1000 SO239 model. It's the load right there. I've already taken the antenna off. This one, someone had, like I said, I've already taken this one apart. I just thought I'd share it just in case anyone else needed to. First, if you're wanting to ever upgrade your coax or anything like that on this type of antenna, like a mag mount like this, first you're going to have to peel off this this layer here. There's always a little protective film that goes on here. You got to take that off so you can get to your nut here. But on this particular model, peel your little vinyl off, and you can come back to this side, take your little nut lock washer off that holds your plastic piece onto your mag base, and you'll have to fish that through because like I said, I've already taken this one apart. It's cracked and needs some repair, so you can see someone tried to use some JB Weld or some type of light, but anyway, you can see it's cracked right there, but I'll show you guys how to fix that too. I guess for this little project, if you're going to do the upgrade and everything, you need a good soldering iron, decent solder, razor blade to take all the little sticky stuff off. Take some time to get that bottom magnet clean, but that you really do need to clean that. Just a good old, you know, heavy duty drop forged crescent wrench or wrench, socket, and ratchet, whatever you would like. But once you get the top off, you can get down here. You can see this one's had some corrosion in it. Someone's tried to redo this before. It looks terrible. Instead of desoldering the ground lug, they just I guess it had broke at one time and they had soldered onto that. So to get your little SO239 mount off, you can see it's just a bolt, lock washer, and a nut, and your ground washer right there. So like I said, this stuff here is already loose. I just got it back on there finger tight so you guys can kind of see what's going on. So just take that off and put that to the side up there with the rest of your stuff. Take your bolt and your other washer out, set those to the side. Like I said, you will need to get this as clean as possible, because what you'll do, you'll get some automotive wrap vinyl to put back on this when you're done, and it'll you know, protect it from scratching your paint. Looks pretty good, but you want to try to get this as smooth as you can. That way you're not got a bunch of ripples. You can see it's still just a little bit dirty there, but I will go back over that. Good old magnet. But like I said, this is the Wilson 1000, and on this one I am going to upgrade the coax and this SO239. It is the Delrin or the Bakelite material in there, which is fine for what most people's going to run. You know, I would probably run 1,000 watts. You'll be fine. A good 4-pill, 1x4, you're going to be fine. Maybe even a 6, depending on how you run it. You know, I like to kind of slow cruise my stuff, so that's usually fun. But anyway, what we're going to do, already got the soldering iron heated up. We don't have to do that, but if you're just changing the solder there, or if you're just wanting to upgrade your coax, then you would do it like that. That takes that out of the center connector. Well, they really laid it to it there. I'll take that off, get rid of that coax. We'll save this connector because it's still good, and we'll just desolder all that. Get rid of that in a minute. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to get rid of this, put in a gold-plated Teflon. Just a little bit better, in my opinion, than the Bakelite. There's nothing wrong with it, but you know, since we're in here and I'm gonna upgrade this just a little bit, no big deal, no real need to, but I think most people know how to take out these rivets, but just in case you don't, I'll just take you a drill bit. Set that over to the side. Yeah, I thought that sometimes those turn loose, but this one is being stubborn. So let's take it on down. Go ahead and punch them the rest of the way out. There you go. That's that on getting rid of that. Get all your little pieces of rivet out. Wipe this with your hand. Make sure you get a bunch of these little shavings stuck in your hand so it'll fester up and feel good the next day. That way you know you've been doing some work. Just get those out of my way for right now. I'll get the little sweep out in a minute. So you can see this does have a little bit of corrosion on it, and you'd want to scrape this. Just get some of this off. I mean, you don't want to rebuild this thing and you know, put it back in just as bad a shape as it was. So let me hit this up on a wire wheel over here real quick. So there we go. That's all good and cleaned up. Knocked all that little bit of corrosion off there, and as you can see, this bolt here, it does have a little bit of corrosion on it too. I'll go ahead and take care of that and put a little bit of anti-seize on it, kind of keep it from corroding up. Just give it a good coating before I put it back together. And it's gonna sit in there just like that. We'll put some rivets in there. So this is what we're gonna be left with this week, just in case. That's all I'm gonna do, just a little short video. I'll get the rest of the stuff out, maybe tomorrow, maybe this weekend. And like I said, we'll get this desoldered and get this cleaned up, get our ground lug cleaned up, get the rivets, get that riveted back in. And then we'll put this back together, and I'll show you how to fix the case here. Like I said, you can see that this one's been cracked, and someone tried to epoxy it and do a terrible job is exactly what they've done. But anyway, we'll get those cleaned up, put some better coax on it, get this on there, get it put it back together, and then we'll do some testing on it. Anyway, hope everybody's having a good week, and fixing to be welcome to the weekend. Anyway, I'll say 73s from 165 out here around Chat 10.